Being the perfect claim to fame, why didn't Muhammad boast about it? Many of these aspects were only discovered by scholars of the Quran centuries later, and more are still being discovered to this very day. Abundance of falsification tests. For the sake of argument, were Muhammad the author of the Quran, were Muhammad the author of the Quran, with his sole mission and purpose in life being to accumulate as much power as possible throughout Arabia, then why does the Quran contain an abundance of falsification tests such that were any one of them to be achieved or proven true by his enemies and skeptics, then it would have completely destroyed Islam as a religion? Here are just a few examples. Do they not consider the Quran with care? Had it been from other than God, they would surely have found therein many contradictions. Say, even all mankind and jinn spirits came together to produce something like this Quran. They could not produce anything like it, however much they helped each other. Only God, having knowledge of the future and an insight into the capabilities and limitations of human beings, can make such bold statements that stand the test of time. Knowledge of the unseen from the past. As we saw in the previous chapter, advances in our understanding of ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs have shown that the Quranic use of the Egyptian term pharaoh is historically accurate. This is in spite of the fact that all knowledge of the ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs was unknown at the time of the Quranic revelation. Muhammad couldn't have been the author of the Quran because its author consistently demonstrates knowledge of the unseen, a divine, not a human, trait. He is the one who knows what is hidden. He does not disclose it except to a messenger of his choosing. He sends watchers to go in front and behind. Predictions about the future. As we saw earlier, the Quran contains clear prophecies about the future that have either already come true or are transpiring before our eyes today. Purely from a probability point of view, is it possible to accurately guess future events spanning multiple nations and different time periods, and many of which were outside of the sphere of influence of Muslims, but without making a single mistake? This is strong evidence that the author of the Quran has knowledge of the unseen. Let's take the preservation of the Quran as an example. History has not always dealt kindly with scriptures. In fact, prior to the Quran, every other revealed scripture has either been lost or tampered with. It is in this backdrop that the author of the Quran makes a bold prediction about its preservation. We have sent down the Quran ourselves, and we ourselves will guard it. If Prophet Muhammad were the author of the Quran, then he could not have guaranteed that it would be perfectly preserved to this very day, especially in light of the many social and political changes that the Muslim world has undergone in more than 1,400 years since the Quran was first revealed. The track record of all other revealed. Revealed scriptures throughout history proves that the opposite is the case when faced with similar social and political changes that the Quran has endured. their loss and tampering in such circumstances was the norm. The Quran is the unique exception to this rule. The Quran does not conform to human desires. This is a controversial incident that took place during the life of Muhammad in order to sow discord in the Muslim community. Some people started slandering Muhammad's beloved wife by accusing her of sexual immorality for one whole month. This continued. Even some Muslims started to doubt her innocence. During this time, Muhammad and his family suffered great anxiety, and perhaps worst of all, the enemies of Islam reveled in the situation, using it to their advantage to create tension in the Muslim community. This was because of the tribal nature of their society. If the honor of his wife was being questioned, then by Muhammad's association with her, his honor was also being undermined. If Muhammad were the author of the Quran, couldn't he have invented some new verses straight away in order to declare the innocence of his wife and put an end to the rumors? But he didn't. He had